Hi everybody, 860 Cologne here with another fragrance review. This time, I'm going to be looking at Dolce & Gabbana The One for Men, Eau de Parfum. Now, this was released in 2015. On the top, we have coriander, basil, and grapefruit. The middle has ginger, orange blossom, and coriander. On the base, we have tobacco, sensual amber, and cedar. Now, the nose behind this is Olivier Polge, the same as the original Eau de Toilette version of this. Known famously for having an incredible scent, but terrible projection. And there was so much anticipation with this fragrance when it was announced there was going to be a eau de parfum coming out. I was excited. I said, yes, they're going to fix the projection. They're going to make this a wonderful fragrance. When I saw that Olivier Polge was doing this again, I was even more excited. Then I got it on my skin, and no. I was excited as well because there were so many reviewers that were giving it 10 out of 10s, positive reviews. But honestly, for me, this one fails. Out of the bottle, the first time I tried it, it seemed like there was this cheap note that my nose was getting on the top. It's the same cheap note that I get out of Dior Sauvage. That's another subject completely. I'm not saying Sauvage is a cheap scent. I know it's selling wonderfully. I just can't stand it. There's this, I think it's the Ambroxan, I'm not sure. So that was one downfall for the Eau de Parfum. The second one was that the projection has not been improved. If you're going to bring back a fragrance that everyone in the fragrance community talked about how it was so poor projection-wise, then you've got to improve on that, especially if you're making it an eau de parfum. You're not doing Dolce & Gabbana The One for Men Intense. This is eau de parfum. So the projection just did not increase enough for me. It increased a little bit. The longevity increased a lot. This fragrance will stay on my skin for a long time. I've got to hunt it down. That's my problem with it. That might work for some. If you want a fragrance that you basically want to keep to yourself, and I can totally understand that in a work situation or someone who doesn't really want to impose their fragrance on somebody else. That's not me. If I'm wearing fragrance, I want you to know across the room. And this one will definitely not even come close to doing that. Prices on this one, the 50 ml bottle is $72 retail, 100 ml is $92, and the 150 ml is $127. Not bad prices at all. Considering the Eau de Toilette 100 ml sells for $85, it's only a $7 increase. I would have paid more if there was better projection. If this puppy would project like crazy, I'd pay $100 for the bottle, because I really have been a fan of the one Eau de Toilette. I love the dry down, but I just hardly ever wear it because no one can tell that I'm wearing it, and I've got to hunt it on my skin. Comparing the two, they are very similar. However, I'm going to give the nod to the Eau de Toilette because I think it has a little more class, just because it doesn't have that cheapness to it that I'm sensing from the Eau de Parfum. So sadly, my opinion of this is not going to be even close to what my fellow reviewers are giving it. It's a pass for me. If you gave me projection, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. No projection, this one's going back. For those of you looking for this at your stores, make sure you have the sales associate look at their stock, because the box is slightly, just slightly different from the Eau de Toilette. So much so that I had no idea this was in the case at my store for 2 weeks. It wasn't until I looked online, looking to see what was new, that I said, holy crap, there's the one parfum. Let's see where it's at. It's at my store? And we hadn't had a delivery for like 2 weeks. So it's very, very difficult to tell the difference between that one and the original Eau de Toilette. So make sure they look. I haven't really been one for ratings, but I think I'm going to change that this year. I'm going to use a 10-point scale. And for me, for this one, it's going to be like a 6.7. I can't even give it a 7 because the projection just isn't there. You knew the problems with this one. D&G, you knew the problems, and you didn't fix it. Olivier Polge, you knew what was going on, but I'm sure you were handcuffed with what you were able to make this for. If this would have been a higher price point with better quality and better projection, I'd love it. But I just can't do it. I can't. So, there it is. Dolce & Gabbana, the one from Men, Eau de Parfum. Thanks a lot for watching. If you like, please subscribe and like, and I will talk to you soon.